Hi, welcome back to Game Set and Chat. It is day 3 of the Australian Open and it just finished a few hours ago. I'm Yoni.
And I'm Robert, and we're looking forward to another episode today. Round 1 is over, and we've played all of the first batch of, 64 matches. So we're down to 64 players, and the upsets weren't really there. Nobody sort of went out that we didn't expect to. And even in round 2, looking at the draw already, there's not that many sort of like big high profile games yet. So all of the big guns on both the men's and the women seems to have avoided each other in the second round as well. But there's lots to talk about, Yoni, and I want to get your views on a couple of things.
Okay.
So first of all, we were both looking at the TV and watching the entrance to watch the match
Of Naomi
Osaka.
Yeah.
And we're there looking, and then suddenly she comes out and she looks like a beekeeper. Osaka! She's got this big hat on with this netting and this thing and this dress and this umbrella, and I'm like, what the hell? How do you feel about people making these fashion entrances that are coming more and more in tennis?
Well, first of all, tennis is not a fashion sport. It's a sport where you just play the game for fun and you go over. It's not a fashion show there.
I understand, I agree with you, but if we play the other side of the argument, millions of people are watching. This is a statement moment. These are brands, whether it's Nike, Adidas, or some of the other big fashion brands. So why shouldn't they, I guess, make a statement, bring their personality to it, make money from it as well? And people then look up to them. These are icons. I mean, Serena did it with some of her tennis outfits over the years, and they all have a sort of style, although it's pretty conservative, like pretty traditional.
Yeah, but
I agree with you.
Yeah, but like we said last episode, she is exactly like Serena Williams. She dresses exactly like her.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was a very bold move. I find it a little bit arrogant. Personally, I don't like it. I think it's a bit intimidating for the other player, by the way. And I just don't think it's very sportsmanlike. But
yeah, if she did that in the final, maybe that's okay, but not in the first round.
Or fun matches, like when Sabalenka played Kyrgios last week in that Battle of the Sexes. She came in with a big sparkly dressing gown as if she was in a boxing match. Excellent, that's the time to do it. But I didn't like it personally.
Okay, so let's move over to the men's.
What have we got to say?
Monfils, it was his last match in the Australian Open ever. He's played 20 years of it. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Amazing that he's been in the Australian Open since he was about 17 years old. He's 39 now, and he's played in, as you say, 20 of the Australian Opens. I think only COVID stopped him for one or two of them. And he's such a great personality, great guy, even though he's French. And He was awarded, a nice present on court. He spoke even though he lost. And the tour will miss him because he's such a great person.
Oh, so good from the showman.
Novak also played tribute to him as well.
Yeah, he's obviously the better version of Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, I like that. That's true. Also on the men's side, just to say before we get into some of the matches, Novak was talking about Carlos today because it's been spotted that Carlos has basically copied Novak's serve and his whole movement and formation of the ball throw, the legs, the actual follow through. And they were joking in the press conference, and Novak was saying he wants copyright, he wants money every time Carlos delivers an ace if he's going to be using the Novak serve. What do you think about the, younger generation taking on some of the older players' key talents?
Well, it's not obviously going to be the same. Obviously, the older people are worse than the newer because there's new kinds of hits. like shots, and like they move quicker. They weren't taught to move very quick like 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. They didn't learn to move quick.
But the game has been getting faster and faster over the years compared to, say, when I watched tennis when I was your age. The game was slower, the courts were less perfect, the balls have been developed more, the technology in the rackets has changed. So things have moved on, and obviously people's, I guess, understanding and education of their body and their performance ability has developed a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how that continues to develop. Now, let's talk about some of the matches. Who went through today from all the matches that you watched?
Sinner, he always gets lucky. Like, it's unbelievable how lucky he gets.
Yeah, another of his opponents who gets injured during the match. He was never going to lose the match, but they were only halfway through and the player had to retire. And so Sinner, who would have won, gets to play only half a match. And this matters as the tournament goes on, because the less tennis you play in the early stages, the better it is for your body to keep going through the 2 weeks. And that's what Djokovic is always going on about at his age, that, you know, as the days go on, another game, it takes its toll on the body and you get less time to obviously rest. So,
Yes, so Djokovic should be lucky as this. Like, not Sinner. He can move. Djokovic can't.
Yeah, Djokovic needs a few lucky breaks in the competition. Yeah, Sinner's through. Elton was through. Although they had a bit of a shaky first set. Setti, Fritz, they're all through. We expected them to be, and it'll be an interesting second round for the men's. But as we say, there was no big upsets, predictable first round, and in the second round, no big guns are playing each other really on the men's side.
No, but also when Shelton was playing, like, it's a different level. It's like gets crazy with the grunty and everything, the serves. Like, wow. Like, I'll show one of the points up here.
Oh, yeah. Land that up.
Okay. On the women's, Madison Keys, reigning champion, she was through without dropping a set. Played very well and convincingly. Rabaikina's through. And on the women's, the second round, there's a couple of good games. Your favourite for the tournament, Goff, she's playing Danilovic.
Yeah, she's really good.
So
But
Goff needs to watch out there.
no, but obviously she does need to look out about who she's playing. But Goff this season, unbeatable. Probably her best yet.
Okay, well, we'll see how she plays against Danilovic. And then one of my favourites, Andreeva. Her and her sister on tour. Andreeva, she's such a great personality. She's so cheeky in the press conferences and really a great character on the tour. She's playing Sakari.
Yeah, she's really good, but hasn't really shown anything.
So those are the two sort of, I think, standout female matches of the second round. Nothing else from my side after the end of the first round, and looking forward to seeing how the competition continues to develop. But the crowd are being great as ever in Australia, and getting the whole crowd really pumping.
Yeah, obviously, if I was going to pick a Grand Slam I could go to, I would pick the Australian Open. First of all, I've already been to Wimbledon, so I really want to go to the Australian.
Okay, well, that wraps up another episode, Yoni.
So this was day 3 of the Australian Open. We'll see you tomorrow for day 4, the second round of the Australian Open. This is Game, Set and
Chat.